you'll receive in your notifications those who request membership in the group, and we have to review their profile and decide whether or not to admit them. Before we do that, though, since you're a newcomer, what I want you to do is to go into Elite, and there in that file, which will be one that you'll be asked to read when you come in, is a doc called Administrative Duties, which is probably at the bottom because it doesn't get open and closed. Here it is, Administrative Duties, which will tell you various things about your job. But at the top, it tells you what we're looking for members in the group. And, you know, that they need to be, they need to have had an account with Facebook for at least a month. We usually don't take them if they don't have a picture, a profile picture of some sort. But sometimes we do. There's always exceptions. So if you ever have any questions, I'll show you what you do and how you bring it about to Elite so that everybody can discuss it and decide what to do. So let's go back to that person who wants to join. You will see their name here. No one else in the group will see it, just the administrators see it. You click on their name. Now, some people have very strict profiles, very strict timeline settings, and you'll basically just see their picture and you're not going to see anything else. But one of the first things we look for is to see how long they have been on Facebook. Now, this person's been on for a long time, so whether or not she shows an interest in Bubble Witch Saga really isn't important. She might just be starting the game. And see, down here, sometimes you have to scroll through. Sometimes you'll see pictures of mini games. Sometimes you'll see over here likes, you know, that they, you know, they're in Farm Heroes, or they're in Candy Crush Saga, or they're in addition in Bubble Witch Saga. It may show various things. Here we show nothing other than her amount of time on Facebook, which is of course important. So in this particular instance, we would add her. Sometimes it'll show you, see, we can't even see her friends. Sometimes it'll tell you how many friends they have, how many mutual friends they have. I still try to click over here. Sometimes it'll have games and likes, or sometimes it just has games and nothing shows. But she's been on since 2009, so she's relatively safe, or she would have been booted off by now. What we're trying to do is avoid people that we think may be a problem. And we're not always successful, but usually we are. And as I said, there are exceptions to some of those guidelines that we have for admitting. So now we'll just click her back, and I will admit her. Oh, I want to show you something though. I'm going to go back in. In the event we had any questions about this, because, you know, the only thing she's been on longer than 30 days and she has a profile picture, but you may have some questions about, you know, anything. You just basically, you want to copy her Facebook profile link and go back into Elite, and you would state whatever reason it is that you have a question about here with her. Whether it's because, you know, she doesn't have any friends, or whether she doesn't show any interest in Facebook. Regardless, I just put this here as a sample. You write that in, and then you want to click in her profile page so that anyone who's looking at this will then be able to go in and look and review that profile page. It's much easier than trying to hunt her down. So, and then you would post it. I'm not going to do that because that's not what we're doing. So let's go back to the game. And we are going to admit her into group. So this is your ad, the check mark. If we're not admitting them, we put here ignore. You click the check mark, and she's now in. You need to go back to Elite, and there is a welcome admission. We find it. Welcome new admission. You click on that, And you just basically copy this, go back to the group site, and in this little, in parentheses, these dark blue where it says new members, we click on there, and that's where you're going to find her. Here she is. I just added her. It's your choice whether or not you want to mark like or not. So I'm going to put like there, and I'm going to welcome her to the group. I just paste that right in there, what I copied, and she's entered. Now you'll notice that there are some blank spaces beneath mine where other administrators have added people. The reason it's saying welcome her to group, this person has added them to group, but we need to welcome her to group as well, or welcome that person to group. We always want to have at least 1 or 2 administrators welcome the new members into group. So I always put a like on these, and I'll welcome them to the group. Okay, so I'll enter that one. There's another one here. You can just go right down the page if there's any missing. The only person who may not post is you might have to check. Sometimes Petra will admit them and not add the welcome or standard welcome, and sometimes she does. So that's probably the only one you really have to watch for. So that person has been admitted, and that will see if you refresh your page. You'll see where they're right at the, they're right at the, see, I welcomed them later. There's my welcome to Jay's 2 admissions, and here's my new admission as well. And this is how what we copied and pasted looks in our welcome. Now, in the event that we would have clicked on that ignore, go back and delete, and you make sure you copy and paste that same URL and state why. I'm going to use the same one. Oh no, it's not in there anymore. I'm sorry. I was going to use the same profile link, but I've already copied and pasted other things. You write in here, you know, why you've denied this person admission. You know, we have people from Facebook that have been on for 9 hours or for 2 days or whatever that come on, and we just automatically do not admit them. But we still write this person not admitted, only on Facebook 9 hours. And then we also have copied the profile link and we paste that here, and so everybody sees what's going on. And then you also put that they were notified. In files is another doc called admission denial, and this is basically just general information, some of the things that apply, but you copy and paste it, send a message to the person, but adapt it. Not all of this information may need to be in there. It may, you know, usually it's just because they haven't been on for 30 days. And that's what it says here. You haven't been here for at least 1 month. And then I will eliminate the rest and just put, I recommend that you reapply after you've been on Facebook 1 month. And that's usually what I do. And the messages, since you're not friends with them, the messages will go into their other message box. So sometimes they do get them and sometimes they don't. But usually we notify them why we have not admitted them. And that's pretty much all there is to admitting members. If you have any questions, always ask an administrator. If you have any questions about whether or not you should admit them or delete them, the most important thing is to copy that profile page link and put it on Leap and ask. If you have any doubts about a membership application, don't admit them until you ask. Okay, that's it. And I hope that helps.